See about right?
Yeah, it's on Sanchez Street, I believe. 1890.
10 years old.
Huh? No, she had inspected, everything's good. Just put a new coating on the
It
roof.
doesn't offer any functionality. I like it.
She always liked the historic district now in DC. She paid her good pension, I think.
Some of those homes were wall solid
So you're going to be in the video a lot.
country block, solid.
To move there, you don't want to
Yeah,
be
those were hurricane.
or here.
This is all right. 2-story, huge house.
No, I need to decide. No, the problem is only with a.
Why?
That's about 400 grand.
I'll sit.
Who's more fit for this? I do too.
I mean, I think I can sit right here.
We're not gonna have
You didn't film much of this out. Highly recommend. Good protein. Yeah.
So I'm just wondering when I was
She knows.
yeah, absolutely.
You know what? I don't know if she should.
It's like Victoria, the home for the turrets.
After hours.
Yeah.
So.
It's like a round turret or parapet.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the last time I saw her. So
You know, remember where Felix used to be? On State Road 40, it's a restaurant. It's another place on 40 and Bakery on
I'm gonna solve this problem right away.
25th Avenue.
Where you calling?
Turret, it's Victorian turret house.
And I just had my.
Show me a picture of Victorian turret house.
Before after, but anyway.
Fortunately, it's one of those things you can turn on and
So. Anyway, went in there.
You come up to a rounded thing? Yes, it's part of that. Yeah.
Where is it?
I'm not going to go back.
Up there? That it?
No.
that's fine. She has a red.
I'm going to go to the meeting.
Oh, yeah. I will. Yeah, we don't need to keep it. Once they're on YouTube.
That's the warning. That's the
Then we have access to
What do you want?
Sorry. Just say Victorian house.
Image of Victorian house.
It's a. Because it was 76.
So I haven't had time to.
No problem. I can see right there.
Yeah, usually on the side.
Like that. That's it. Close that up.
Too much of a short time span.
Are there tourists on Stacy's house?
To get it done.
Sorry?
And didn't.
No, everything was 30.
So I don't even know who's Thank you. I'm not sure what the process is.
Yeah, last.
Real games today, huh?
They heard we were having a financial conversation again.
I don't blame her.
Used to be a woman, I can't remember who it was, no, someone I've never met, that's never met. One of his community sponsor people.
This is not a lot of problem.
Yeah.
This is wider than
Or,
Jeff fun getting sore.
Well, yeah, it's
no, I worked out, I climbed the stairs at the parking garage, and then I did a big photo shoot. Well, that was Monday.
Yes.
It's a pretty good workout, and then Tuesday I worked out at home. Now the total gym and weights. And I think I pulled something in my leg, and I did a photo shoot where the whole studio went with me yesterday. Villages. I do a financial advisor firm periodically.
She was in the office for like 10 minutes, you know, and now and then she's taking one of the main.
But this time, the marketing, they hired full-time and one guy.
Quality people behind it.
Cleared their schedule, they could have come to the studio. But
Wow.
You
You don't mince words, do you?
we could have started out, they could have.
You don't mince words.
But it's a lot of work. And I didn't have my
Boy, when you get out and sit.
Yeah, this was nasty.
Look at Ocean usually does.
Oh, okay.
He just, you know, he's a control freak, you know, and yet he's ADD, you know, so he doesn't keep up. He's basically, well, he didn't go to the director. He's the de facto. His name is 16.
What?
For that.
Yeah.
He tries to another one, but he had kind of straight out practice. Lawsuits.
Somebody that I saw, it was reports last year that's now on TV.
Yeah, they wasn't sure.
They don't know. That's who it was. Let me see.
And a couple of my friends started in the end of it, just
Yeah. Safety at Trinity County Park.
but
See, something I really do like it. That word.
what can you do? So we started kind of brainstorming, and you know, it's just like
Anybody asked what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, just I don't know if it's been, I think when you get to well, I know, I was like
These things here. Nice restaurant. Right up the sky. Long table. My son has one of those.
the other day I was driving through Tucker, I saw a case in this Connie Tucker, and I forgot how to say it. You threw up and your wife? Yeah, bro, you wanted to buy it.
Your son.
so I'm on with it.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, we're having one sometimes, and you know,
Yours is a tree.
so he runs,
Land clearing right now.
Either way.
Good morning, everybody. Or bit bodies. Where is everybody?
Is this it?
rain must have scared him away.
Quality is here.
Oh. Yeah.
Quality.
The best of the best. This is the best. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
We're tracking it.
Jonathan, we got red, white, and blue there.
There we go. There it is. Awesome. Well, again, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ocala Business Leaders Wednesday morning fellowship breakfast. Our dear brother, Mr. Riley, is going to lead us in our invocation and pledge this morning.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day that you've made. Every day from you is a day in paradise. We thank you for loving us. We thank you for the care that you give each one of us. We thank you for our families. We pray especially for all the men and women that are serving the military, our first responders, the police department. We just are blessed in this nation to have a free country that we can come and meet. We can serve you in everything that we do and say. And we just ask that you be with each business that is here. We ask that you would bless them. And we just pray that this country would turn to you rather than away from you. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's one minute, getting up really early in the morning.
Look at that amazing sunrise coming up behind us. That's awesome. So, we don't have any guests yet this morning. I guess everybody's on vacation. Now, school starts, what, in 2 weeks? Next week. That's why everybody's on vacation. Well, don't forget, we are live streaming. Good morning, YouTubers. Yeah. All the YouTube fans are not here this morning, so we're good.
Can we see if anybody watches it? Can you track that?
Can we track the YouTube page? Yeah, we can track this.
A few people watch it.
OBL people or?
Did you say a few people or 2 people? Okay, 2 people. Let's say 2 people.
I don't know how many people watch the live stream, but there are more people that come back and watch it later on YouTube.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so if you don't get a kick, go back and watch it later and see my goofy self. So since we have no guests this morning, we'll move right in for our thought for the day. Joe Martone.
Always end the day with a positive thought. No matter how hard things were, tomorrow's a fresh opportunity to make it better.
Yes, Mr. Parrish.
You know why so many people are afraid to put in the work to make it to the top?
Hang on.
You know why so many people are afraid to put in work to make it to the top? Because the view from the top of the mountain has the scariest views.
So this is about persuasion. James 3:3-5 says, we can make a large horse go wherever we want by a small bit in its mouth. And a small rudder makes a large ship turn wherever the pilot chooses it to go, even though the winds are strong. In the same way, the tongue is a small thing, but it makes grand speeches.
So in summation, be careful what you say. I read one this morning that was kind of neat. It said, you be the change that you want to see in the world. That kind of really hit home with me this past week, so it was kind of neat for me this morning. Awesome. Any other thoughts for the day? Good. As you can see, the grown-up version of Jerry is coming around with the 50-50s.
We're on YouTube.
And it's okay, you can tell him I said that. He's my brother, he loves me.
I have no focus.
So the 50-50s are going around, please participate.
No clue.
And with that, Miss Christine, OBL announcements, if you'd like to start.
We have Tom speaking today, and then next week we have Mayor Gwen and Manal Corey here. Also, I put blank question, under, yeah, they're speaking, they're only two speaking next week. But if you guys have any questions for them, we're gonna meet afterwards today and go over the questions that we're gonna submit. So if you want to write your questions down, everyone's got these at their table and I'll direct them up. On the 18th, Bill is working on that, correct? To bring in somebody.
Yes.
That was a dub.
Yeah. Yeah, city council candidates.
Yes, for the 18th.
And Senator Perry has already confirmed he's gonna be here.
Perfect, right. And then the Vets Helping Vets on the 25th. And that's all I have right now. And there won't be a membership meeting this after, or right after today. But we do have one applicant, so just so y'all know, remember Tokia from last week? Claw Mamas, her husband Carl, submitted his application for his business.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, what was his business?
He
Guns and security. Gun safety.
safety, security, things like that, yeah.
He can teach us all to shoot straight.
Anybody invite him for the 11th? Come on, that was humor, Joe. Long delayed response, right? Awesome. Any other OBL announcements? Nothing pertinent. Well, just to reiterate what Ms. Christine said, that next week we will have the two mayor candidates here for a mayor's forum. Again, it's not a debate, and it's not from the floor questions. That's why she's asking for us to fill out the question slips now so that we can get those turned in. And we're going to have Ms. Kelly Hart come in as our moderator to facilitate the meeting for us. I think we are expecting quite a few people to be here, so again, we're looking at a different arrangement for the meeting with that many people. We're just going to have theater type seating, if you will. I was going to say stadium. Did you have a question, Jeff?
We'll have snacks, or how we gonna?
Yeah, it's going to be more of a continental breakfast. Still have coffee and the juice and stuff, but probably just Danish's item to get with Chaz and Mr. Jerry. Have that done instead of the sit-down breakfast that we have this morning. So. Awesome. Yes, sir.
I think from Patrick's email last night, this is like news channel 20 or station, whatever that is. The local news, TV 20 will be here as well. So if you can get that press release over to them.
Yes, sir. We'll. I had some questions for us.
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Yeah. So that's why I say we're anticipating probably quite a few folks to come. So, again, this is an extremely important election for Ocala. So especially all of us that live here, it is very important that we understand and get the views of our candidates, and not just for mayor too. So we are trying to work on bringing the other council. But there's actually 4 of the 5 City of Ocala council seats are going to be up for election this year as well. And folks, I know you understand this, but that's a dynamic shift that could happen when you have that many potential new folks coming in. You could see an absolute left or right turn in the vision for the city and what's happening, and it absolutely will affect every business here. Honestly, whether you're inside the city or not, at some point you'll do business in and around the city of Ocala. So these things are very important that we stay informed and be able to voice your conscience and have your concerns heard. So awesome. Yes, ma'am.
I'm just curious, maybe you know, maybe you don't. What is the percentage of the people that live in the city of Ocala that vote? Do you have any?
I've always heard that the average in most cities and just the city proper is like 20% will turn out.
Oh, okay.
So that's
I think we have a higher
that's the
percentage.
averages.
Yeah.
Cities. Yeah.
And I don't know that number, and this is me trying to go off memory. I'm old, so I'm old-minded. In years past, I want to say it's been around that number, 18 to 20 to maybe 26%, I think is the norm. And inside the city, there is roughly 65,000 people, I think. That's in what's called Ocala proper. I think that's the right number.
Out of 360 in the county, in the whole, out of 360.
Yeah, there's like almost 370,000 in Marion County. I think it's 368 or 372, something like that.
372.
About 370, that's what I was thinking, it's like 370, 372 in Marion County. And then 60-odd thousand of that are the city limits.
It's going up.
20% of that being what, 1400?
Yeah, the number for what's potential is, and that's sad. That's why what impresses me with this group too is that's the heart of this group is we need to have not just our businesses, but what you guys can learn in a forum like this, we can take to our families and to our other business associates and people within the community so they can make informed decisions as well. And hopefully it'll cause that turnout to come out more. Again, because we can look at our federal government and the things, and the same thing, how the election processes work. We the people have been way too silent for way too long. Yes, sir.
Next week, we're going to be live streaming it also on Facebook. Is that legal?
On
Do that?
YouTube.
On YouTube, sorry, YouTube.
Yeah, not Facebook.
Don't scare me.
There's so many out there, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
I know. I don't understand them either. That's why we have these three
Yeah, it could have been either one, so I picked
millennials
one.
over here doing it. So
Yeah. But I was corrected, it was all right. YouTube.
Awesome.
So should we serve tea at all these things?
What?
It's a tea party?
Stop fading me, Karen. Awesome. Any other comments on OBL announcements? Well, very good. With that, then I'd like to introduce our speaker today, Mr. Tom Laundrie.
Laundry.
Yeah.
Were you supposed to do something before you left?
I think so. Yeah. My wife put that in my head this morning. So, but yes, sir. Tom L Publishing.
Tom
If you'd like to come up. Tom Lowry. Thank you.
There you go.
You got the L right.
Yeah.
It's a lie.
It's Tony's day.
Apparently something.
Just like. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. As most of you know, I'm Tom Lowry with Tom L Publishing. We have a couple of newspapers here in Ocala and a couple in the villages. My last struggle was to find out if my delivery people delivered Monday night because of the rain and the weather, and you know how that is. If you look out on the farm, you see some limbs moving, and they're trying to throw papers in the wind. Some of them times they'll come back and hit them. But anyway, they got delivered, and good news, there was only 2 complaints out of all those thousands of papers.
Wow.
Or maybe just, some of them were just decided they weren't gonna complain anymore. But anyway, I have some pens here. I'll make sure everybody in the room gets one. I have talked about my newspapers and before. I want to talk about another project that I have. I have been troubleshooting for a number of years in the newspaper world for people who have printing plants. I've had one project down in South Florida that took me a little over a week. They had a printing press that they were running 18 newspapers through, weekly newspapers, and they were based along I-75, and they would all bring it to that one press. Well, all of a sudden, their waste went up to $10,000 a week. 10,000 a week. And I thought, oh my God. So my friend of mine was telling me about that, and they hired me to go down there to check it out. And before it was over with, as I went in and worked with the guys, even on the night shift, and found out it was management. Management had this guy on the night shift for years, never spent a nickel on him, training him, but they threw him in a slot that was twice as strenuous as what he had. He didn't have the skills, and we brought it back down to 3,000 a week, and I billed him accordingly. But anyway, that was one of the. I did that in 5 major markets. I like doing that because it's a challenge. We had one in North Florida. They had 2 printing plants one was losing money and one was making money. And so I went in to see what was going on, and I'm standing there about 9:30 at night, and they had 3 shifts. There's a truck pulls into the parking lot, backs up to the loading dock, opens up the garage door, and fills the truck up full of newsprint. Closes it all back up. I never saw a feed come out or anything like that. Nobody had locked anything. So that means it wasn't locked. So we left, and I was talking to the gentleman who hired me the day later, and I said, who keeps track of the newsprint that's going out of here? He didn't know it. He didn't know anything about it. They were coming in there at night, taking newsprint out and put it in another plant so that their usage would look good, and they were making a profit on paper. This poor guy was losing his butt. So anyway, everybody got a smartphone? I can get you to take it out and go to tomlpublishing.com. And just kind of one day go through there and see what we have. A couple of them are hosted by ocalaforsale.com, and we appreciate that. We've been there for I don't know how many years, probably 10 years or so.
Lots of years.
And we also have tomlpublishing.com website, which has all 4 newspapers, so you can choose and you can read the newspaper online if you want to. And we're trying to keep up with things. We've thrown in a lot of free stuff, which is a tool that you can use to help promote your business. We're trying to keep up with that, and we have not gone up on our prices. This month, my printer went up 10% on my printing prices. So I see it coming. I'm going to have to come up with some other idea on how to create revenue to pay for that. So this is the local downtown, Ocala downtown. We try to keep, and thanks to our nice photographer lady there, she's been nice enough to share some of the photos, and I really appreciate that very much. Thank you, Tammy. Okay. Has anybody got any questions about our operation?
What are the 4 magazines?
Ma'am?
The 4? I know 2 of them. What are the 4?
Ocala Downtown, Senior's Voice of Ocala, Village Spectator, and Lady Lake Magazine. And the Lady Lake Magazine and the Village Spectator are delivered north of 466 in the villages. That's the group of people who have been there for a while. So that's good for selling air conditioners and roofing and construction stuff, anything, blinds, window treatment of some sort, all kinds of different things. So those homes have been there probably 10 years. I've been in the villages with the newspapers for, well, before they had a gate, our League Lake magazine was in there. And I bought the newspaper from a gentleman that was local in Lady Lake. You had a question? Sorry.
Yeah, what is your circulation?
In the villages?
All of them, combined.
16,000 in the villages and 16,000 here. The Ocala downtown goes Silver Springs Boulevard corridor is what we try to cover with that. And on the Highway 200, we have the senior voice of Ocala. None of them overlap. They're in different corridors. I need to
follow-up question, please.
Yeah.
What publication do you get into the villages? Because I know your grandfather into the villages, correct?
Yes, I am the grandfather of that thing. They challenged me at one point, and I had run across a clause, right-of-way clause. And if you use a right-of-way for 7 years and you don't close it overnight, at least once a year, you can't be stopped. And there's gates all over the villages. And so when I got challenged, the attorneys looked it up after I made my statement, and things went better. So yeah, we've been challenged.
I have a question. You had mentioned, I think a couple of weeks ago, Tom, about the ability to advertise for folks that are hiring within your group. Can you tell us again about how that works in your group?
Yes, please. It's going good in the villages, by the way. I have about 8 businesses advertising for help wanted. What I wanted to put, I put a header in there, now hiring. And we list the job, the company and the job, and what the job is. And then a phone number or an email address or something. So we do that free. We want to see everybody go back to work. Got anything else?
Any other questions?
Well, with that, I appreciate all you guys have done. Oh, and thank you very much. See you.
Thank you, sir. Awesome. So with that, before we start our roundtable there, do we have any non-OBL announcements? Is everybody asleep except Joe this morning? Go Joe.
After my 3rd cup of coffee, I start rolling, yeah.
Go, Joe.
Go, Joe. Keep your hands clean. Very, very short, sweet. There's a lot. Ocala's waking up. The pandemic is finally out of our system, and a lot of activities are getting back on the calendars. In a couple of weeks, Vets will be in here. They'll talk about their activities. You know, April's not here, but all her activities are going on. I've already got a notice yesterday from Joanne Black from Habitat for Humanity. The Strawberry Festival is on for March 5th of next year. It's a go, finally. You're talking about 35,000 people in one day. So if you're interested in bringing your business there, now's the time to register before it gets filled up, because it gets filled up fast. So those are just two major ones that come to my mind right off the top. But like I said, we're finally waking up and things are more so. And as business leaders, we all should, put our toe in the water per se and participate.
As I was pulling in this morning, I got an email notification that Ocala Star Banner has put their top 3 for the best of the best. So I encourage everybody to get on there and take a look at who those are for the best of the best, see who improvements in it, and then try to support our group in that best way that we can, which is voting daily. Vote early, vote often. What is it?
Wrong city. Oh.
That's only in the.
I don't need a microphone, I just wanted everybody to.
Yes, you do.
I think Mary Scribner is still a member here, right? Correct. Mary Scribner, I guess, her partner was very, very sick, and they said they would gonna have to pull the plug. And I'm not sure which one it is, but have her in your mind, in your heart. She's still with us, and her partner is, I guess, deceased. They said he wouldn't last without being on the machine, so. Okay.
So Parrish brought up to me this morning that he went to the OBL website directory and found a phone number that was incorrect, and which we're going to fix this morning. However, that is a good reminder for all of us to please go to your listing on the website, double check your phone number, make sure it's correct. If it's not correct, just send me a note and I can fix it for you real quick. But please take a moment at some point today or tomorrow or what have you, and double check your phone number on the website.
Kent, we also need to change the address on Facebook. When we put
It's been changed.
business leaders.
Yep, I changed it a week or two ago. So
Okay, because it was still showing up for
today.
I'll check and let you know.
Okay, yeah, I fixed that last week or maybe the week before, whatever. Somebody sent me a note about that.
See it on the way.
Yeah, it still shows Northeast 25th Avenue. Really? For Ocala Business
Really?
Leaders, Inc.
You got one of those?
On Facebook.
Really? Well, he'll get out to it. He's good.
Yeah,
If you haven't heard, last night, about 5 o'clock or something, my phone lit up, because I would, like you know, with WOCA. We had another shooting at the mall.
What?
Well, yeah, right, too. Well, a shooting with involved two. Last I heard, there was 18 shell casings they found on it, and the 2 occupants are in the hospital. But the little toddler that was in the car did not get a bullet in him or her. More details are coming. So I don't know if you're in business, be careful. They're out there. I don't know what's going on.
You're right next door.
Yeah, and they also had, they said that none of the bullets hit the mall. It was in the parking lot, according to the news media, which sometimes, you know.
Hey.
So this was the Paddock Mall?
Yes. All the
It was in the
entrances-
parking lot.
Yeah, all the entrances were sealed off yesterday. No one could go in. A few people were coming out, but I didn't hear anything until a customer said, "What's going on?" Like I said, "Probably another shooting." And it was. We've had a few over there in the last few months.
So
Yeah.
it's a good reminder to give the toys husband to be trained properly on self-defense and defending those that are around.
I think all of that's gang related. It's got to be over drug territory or something.
Well, yesterday was a couple. Like it was a 17 or 18-year-old and a 20.
Use your mic. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you.
So yesterday, it was a 17 or 18-year-old and a 21-year-old. It's a couple. I don't know, it was a man, yeah, I think it was domestic, it wasn't a gang. But you're right, a lot of it has been gang related.
The gangs here?
Yeah, we do.
All over.
And
We
again,
do.
folks,
Well, because I don't see much graffiti.
Just look at the trains going down the track. It's covered.
another reason why our elections are important. You know, Ocala Police Department is under the direct supervision of the city of Ocala's mayor. So these are the types of questions we need to be formulating and asking of our candidates is, you know, what position do they have on these and what direction do they see us being able to manage this. Ocala is one of the strategic goals for the city of Ocala, if you remember when our city manager came and spoke, is to make Ocala an economic hub. And I think we've been pretty successful going down that road with a lot of the new growth in business, especially in the big distribution type centers, which is creating thousands of jobs over the last 5 or 6 years. But along with growth comes issues. You know, and are we looking down that vision and that path to handle those things that come with a population growth? And so again, those are things to do. We were on non-OBL announcements, so I want to go back to that. Something a little near to my heart. On October the 8th, our utility is doing a golf tournament right here. And this is for a United Way fundraiser that our utility participates. We've done this several years, I don't remember what year this is, but the flyer actually seen over here that they have up, if anybody's interested, if you know of a Forza, it's $50 a person, $200 a team.
What's the
We'd
date
love to have you.
The date?
It is October the 8th. That is a Friday.
Tony.
That is October the 8th. Shameless plug for Ocala Electric Utility. So, any other non-automobile
Just
announcements?
get somebody to make a quarter-page ad on that, I'll run it free.
Done. I'll email it to you.
That's right.
Is there any other non-automobile announcements? Awesome. Ms. Christine, let's start our roundtable. Thank you.
First. Morning, folks. My name is Tyler from Survival Property Maintenance and Handyman Services. You know, it's funny, a lot of people ask me what it is that I do, and to be honest with you, I kind of do a little bit of everything. I try not to turn down anything. My helper is going back to school here in the next couple of weeks, so once again, I'm going to be looking for a helper again. So anyhow, everybody stay dry. It's been raining every day, so hope everybody's well. I was hoping to see Mr. Yano here today, but I'll talk to him later on today. Thanks, folks.
Send me the thing.
Patty Conrad, Studio Conrad Wealth Management Group. I'm sorry she's not here, so I may do it when she comes next. But they did some shutters in my house, and I was just going to do like part of my house, but they turned out so awesome. She's come back and we're finishing all the windows, and it was actually, I had a couple quotes, and she came in. Not only was her price pretty substantially lower, actually, but the quality was amazing. So I just want to give a shout out to her, and just come see me if you have any retirement and financial planning needs.
Good morning, Brenda Carroll, Brick City Flowers, located on Silver Springs Boulevard. We've been a little slow. Some days have been a little busy. Back and forth. I guess all of y'all can relate to that at some point. So for all your floral and plant needs, give us a call. And I also represent Hills Fan Service. The phone number is 352-622-7101. Got that?
Stay with me. Send me a note, please.
I told you about a year ago it was wrong. But I didn't know it was wrong until Parrish called me because he tried to call me at the wrong number. We've got donated portable storage units. We have, we're not doing local moves right now. We're still in need of employees. We only have 4 employees, 2 are drivers, 2 are helpers. You know, anybody that's looking for a job, I think it starts out at $13 an hour for no skills helper. You don't have to know how to move, just gotta be strong. But we do background checks, so anything in the last 10 years will be a mark against you if you've got any felonies. But we do need help really bad there, so give us a call. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Heather Mason with the Fiery Chef, and if anyone is from Ocala, I'm sure you've had Chef Felix's food. So if you come to us, you can get healthier food than we've gotten in these restaurants before, and you can have this food at home. We do keto, paleo, Whole30, vegan, vegetarian, and then just regular classic meals for just regular people. So stop and see us. We're in the Big Lots and Martin Florida Plaza.
Good morning, Barry Shannon with Ocala Radio. And I would like to ask everybody, we did make it to the top 3 on the best of the best, so please get out there and vote often for us. Again, we'd love to win that again. Smart entry and exit recognition. That's a product called SEER that we have available through Ocala Radio. So how many people have fleet trucks or different vehicles that they get in and out of often and maybe leave the vehicle running? Or just get out and not use your keys to get to the vehicle, to get away from the vehicle. One of the great ways that we've seen we can use this is working with different municipalities. That, can you imagine an OPD officer laying chase to somebody in a car? So I'm just talking about that since we were talking about PD today. And they have to get out of their car and go off on foot chasing someone. Wouldn't it be nice if the police officer did not have to worry about this key fob on his belt to lock his car and walk in while he's chasing? That's what SEER can do. If you have package delivery vehicles and your driver does not want to manually lock the van every time he gets out of it, we can actually put a piece in there that will lock the doors, keep the van secure while it's running, let the air conditioning run, while they run in to make the delivery, and come back out. If you have people that have dexterity issues with their fingers, they don't want to mess with the key fobs they're getting in, we can also help with that. So come see us in California. There are some very unique ways that we can help you make your vehicle safer and your ride more enjoyable. Thank you.
Good morning, Colin Barrett, financial advisor with Edward Jones. Business has been really good lately, so helping a lot of people out last month and this month. So I just want to thank Thomas Oldenburg for being there for me and my emotional support.
Emotional support.
Yes, this is our emotional support group. Thomas Oldenburg, Green Max Commercial Real Estate. As I said, every day, ask me if you have any questions, because real estate is pretty confusing for a lot of people. Now, try and make it fairly easy for you, even though it'll probably be confusing anyway.
That's your emotional support counselor, right? You know, that's confused already. You know, that's right. You've got many years of counseling. It seems to attorney on the retainer. We have for Curry Medical and Chiropractic Center. How's everybody doing this morning? You know, when it's dry, it's dangerous on the roads, but when it's wet, it's even more dangerous on the roads. So we're a team of medical chiropractic physicians to take care of all types of neck and back problems. We get some really interesting cases coming in. A couple days ago, we had somebody who had a fracture in the lower part of their spine. And the most important thing is evaluating it, knowing how to treat it. We don't do any urgent care. We'll leave that for Magnolia. They do an amazing job. However, those people, when they're in an accident, they need some treatment. And so we take care of them. And I'm happy to see them Monday through Saturday. Just text or call me directly if anybody's in an accident. We'll be happy to take care of them. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Good morning, Bush Green, Green and Growing, whatever your landscape needs are, landscape design, installation, maintenance, renovation, we can usually take care of you. Really appreciate everybody, all the referrals that I've gotten, and business is booming, and so we're still available to help you out if we can, and so just give me a call. Thank you.
Bonnie with Goss & Son Jewelers, downtown on the square. We are starting our annual August sale we do every year. Everything is anywhere from 10 to 50% off. So if anybody needs an easy gift, you're way ahead on Christmas shopping or in a favorite color, just let me know. See what I can do for you.
Patrick from Pals Hotel Auto Repair. I just wanted to give a big shout out to Tony Clayton. He is doing a wonderful job for us as president this year, and we really appreciate it. Thank you, Tony. Great job.
We won't mention that today is the lowest number of people on the patio.
I know.
Anyway, I don't remember this few, Patrick, when you were running the show, but I'm just you know, I'm only kidding. I'll be still at the same place next year. So, Bill Barnett with Co-Advantage, your single source solution for all your HR needs. I want to touch on a couple of things. I think Colin, did you leave already? He was talking about supporting the Booster Club for us last week. It's important to support, if you can, any of the booster clubs at the high schools here in Ocala. You know, it's not, back in the day, they used to have a lot of funding. They get very little now. Basically, the football team really supports all the athletics. I don't care what people say. You don't have as many people showing up for a softball game as you do a football game. Those are where the funds are. So if you can help support high school athletics, it's important. I was fortunate enough, I played football and basketball at Forest, and athletics and sports alone really teach you a lot of stuff that out in the real world, once you start working, once you give up playing sports, can help you in a lot of things, especially team sports. So if funding starts to go away, people aren't supporting the athletic booster clubs, that's where you have kids out on the streets and doing things like what happened at the mall yesterday. I don't know the age of what they're going on, but if I had to guess, it's probably, you know, somewhere between the ages 17 to 25 that was
pulling the triggers and stuff. And that leads me to my next point of it's important that we, support the police department, give them everything that they need in order to handle situations like happened yesterday. You don't have time to evaluate, do we send out a psychiatrist to go talk to somebody, do we send out somebody in a uniform or whatever else. So we need to continue to support the police department. Thank you.
Thank you, Billy B. I'm Kitty Potapow with Ultimate Flooring of Ocala. I'm also the treasurer of ODL. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Rhonda Cunningham with Keeper Profits. I help businesses keep more of their profits in their pockets by reducing their credit card fees and also helping to avoid fines due to security breaches. Had a great success story last week. There was a new coffee shop opening up in Inverness. They had bought the Square POS and just did not like the functionality of it, wasn't doing everything they needed to, so I was able to come in and show them some options, and we've got them rocking and rolling, hopefully get them set up with that this weekend. Rhonda Cunningham, where I help keep your profits in your pockets.
Good morning. My guest is Magnolia Family right here. I'm a paramedic there. This D variant has caused a lot of paranoia, and we're starting to see a lot of people coming in for COVID cases, tests. I'm only seeing about 5% positive rate there. So we're busy as hell in the morning. If you want to come into the clinic, the best time to come is after 12.
All right. Joe Martone, WOCA 96.3 FM, 1470 AM. Work off my tongue. Like serve on a pancake, nice and easy. Don't ask me where I get that from. My son always says, Dad, you're completely politically incorrect in all ways and shapes. I said, thank you. I resemble that comment. When I have meetings, I always start the meeting with that. Don't be offended. I'm not a racist. I'm not a sexist. I don't know nothing about nothing. I just roll. And that's who I am. I'm not going to worry about it. Everybody, I don't know if it's a pandemic, but everybody's offended by something. I don't care if your shoelaces or gum on the end of your shoe. You're offended by it. And I'm personally, and I can say this personally, I'm sick and tired of it. Grow up. I'm sorry, I'm old now, so I can say that. I turned 70 last week, so on that. If use me, don't abuse me. I'm here to help the businesses. Let's face it. We all need a little bit of boost, and we can all work together to do that. That's what I'm here for. Trust me. It works. People that have used me and not abused me have gotten positive results. Please, I'll work with you. Don't worry about that. Remember that. All right, Thomas, your turn. Yes, no? You already did it. Never mind.
Joe, it's really hard to go after you. Good morning, I'm Jonathan Evans with Sculpture Hospitality. We strive to increase revenue and make every ounce count, whether it's in the kitchen, whether it's in the bar, or with Parish's help, we're going to get into the retail space and find all kind of new creative ways to save money on inventory. Thank you.
Morning, I'm Kent with OcalaForSale.com and Brick City Digital. Brenda, I fixed your phone number. It wasn't the last four, it was the 622 number.
Oh, really?
So
yeah, before it was
anyway,
109, so.
Anyway, right now, Brenda's phone number over at Hills is 352-622-7101. So if you need to get in touch with Hills, go to the website, it's correct now. But again, as just a quick reminder, if you would please take a look at your own listing and just send me a note if you see any inconsistencies or if there's anything we need to fix. So thanks.
Good morning, everyone. Tammy Griffin with Tammy Portrait Artist. I wanted to do a shout out to Bonnie with Gaz and Son for bringing her family over for photographs. And it was really cute because, you know, families, there's always someone that just is there just to get it done and be cooperative. But her brother at the end was like, I want to do this really cool photograph that he had in mind. So we ended up having a lot of fun, and I think they were really enjoying the time together. So think about that for your own family, or if you know someone that
has family that was sick and now better, is a good time to think about that, to do something really special and preserve your family's memories. Tammy, portrait artist, where photography is art.
I forgot one thing. My brother-in-law, his wedding anniversary was last week, and he was telling me that he was going to get a necklace for his wife for their anniversary. And I said, oh, you need to go down to Goss & Sons. So he went down to Goss & Sons and picked out a beautiful cross necklace, and she loved it. And so I just wanted to give a shout out to those guys because they did a fantastic job of helping him decide what would be best for his wife. So there you go.
Christina Millout, and I don't have anything work related, but I just found out my youngest son, who's 28, and our oldest daughter, my husband's daughter, Ashley, who's 34, I have 2 grandbabies coming, and they're 3 weeks apart in January and February, I think. Nice. So this is really good news. They hit us both on the same weekend.
We have to be the youngest grandmother ever.
It'll be number 7. We'll have 7 after.
Okay, so that's more true than I was actually intending.
Yes.
Awesome. Let's do the 50-50, last chance. Okay, cool. Let's draw. And the drum.
We'll welcome Patty back to the draw.
Yes.
Yay!
I don't have glasses.
765.
765. Jonathan!
$30.
He's buying breakfast. Yeah, $30 to Jonathan, $30 to the club.
That's not bad for a light.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
All right, there you go.
Patient. Sweet. Jonathan says he. That's big money grip now, right? Yeah. Awesome. One last shot. Any non-OBL announcements before we close out? Perfect. Please remember to take care of our server and our cook. Shout out to Mr. Robert Hagee. He brought new directories this week. They are back there on the table, starting for August, so please take directories. And if you have some other ones in your businesses, we're gonna take them out. Let's keep the fresh ones up there with all the, make sure everything's updated and correct. And as we were talking about, please take the time to look through those. I looked through one the other day and seen something that was not correct and contacted Gene and Ken about it. They had already corrected it because I was looking at an order. So, but make sure that, especially for your ad and your space in there, make sure that there aren't any typos. You know, we're human and we got fat fingers, so things happen. So also questions for the forum next week. If you have some more, submit them in and make sure that you give them to Christine. We need them today. So don't come in next week with a list full of questions for us.
Yeah, they will not be.
It will not be put in the bucket. So yeah, we need them today. So if you happen to think one last minute before you walk out, make sure you give it to Christine. Awesome. Anything else? Yes, sir.
We have a standing breakfast with some friends at the Ocala Diner every Friday morning, about 6:45 in the morning. Everyone is welcome to show up at any time just to come and hang out, get to know some of the other guys that we know. It's a good place to just come and get to know some of the other people. So everybody's always welcome to that. We get out, we're usually out by 7:30 or so you can get to work early if you'd like to.
Awesome.
Good way to end the week.
Friday, 6:45 Ocala Diner. On the third one, that's where that's at, right? I mean, that's where we're calling it. Cool.
You'll see the lady standing out wearing the Caladia shirt.
Just sometimes.
Just look for her.
Yeah. She's been MIA lately. They got her hiding.
The lady with the blonde hair that catches your attention until you figure out she ain't real.
Right. Felicia.
Yeah.
She has her own Facebook page, Ocala Felicia.
Nice. Awesome.
Let's do the wave. I'm going to scan the room. Everyone get up and do the wave. Ready? Wave.
Everybody stand up and wave.
Ready?
That kind of wave?
Yeah, here we go.
All right, here we go. Do the wave.
Yes.
Make everybody feel spin.
Come on, go. Joe.
Go, Joe, go. Go, 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 go. Y'all went too
Shut your head.
All right, thank you.
We got our exercise.
All right. YouTubers, see what you're missing if you're not here in person? Oh my goodness. Awesome. Well, good. Let's just close out and thank the Father for today. Lord, we thank you and we praise you for this day. We thank you for the many blessings that you just continually to abundantly provide for us here at Ocala Business Leaders. We ask that blessing upon each and every business here, Father, that you would prosper us abundantly today, God. Let everything that we do that we honor in you and your kingdom. We praise you and thank you in Jesus' holy name. Amen. Amen. You guys have a great week.
Yes, thank you.